next one is, ladies and gentlemen, right here, write down this word, it is multiple, which means many of them. What is the key when you talk about unit multipliers or conversion fractions? What is your goal? Your goal is to cross off labels. Don't forget that. Cross off. Labels are the important things. Yes, you have to work with numbers, but it's the labels that get you the right way to do it and get the right numbers. For example, here is an example. Oh, yeah. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. Yeah, here's the deal. Let's say I am changing 9 feet squared to inches squared. Okay. Let me ask you one question. See this exponent of 2? What does it go for? Am I squaring the 9 or am I squaring the feet? Does 9 square feet really mean I have 81 square feet? No. It's only, this square just goes with the label. In reality, if we weren't using an exponent, we should write it like this. 9 feet times feet, because it's the label that's getting squared. Okay? Now, here's the gist. When you come to unit multipliers, and I have my unit multiplier that I use to cross off feet to inches, if I have 2 labels of feet up there, I am going to need 2 identical unit multipliers to cross off both of those. And I know I'm changing it into inches, and I know there's 12 inches in a foot. So then, boom, 1 foot crosses off with that foot, second foot, and that's why in my answer I am going to get inches squared, because I have 2 labels of inches. And then I have to multiply 9 times 12 times 12. And I would say, being that you're in 7th grade now, at some point the book stops actually multiplying those together and just writes it out in parentheses. But I don't think it's quite there yet. Wow, how about that? So we end up with 144 times 9, right? 12 times 12. 36, 3, 36, 39, 3. 1,296 inches squared is this in inches. Guess what if it's something in cubic somethings? What if I have 8 centimeters cubed and I'm changing it to millimeters cubed? How should I write that out and what would it look like? The cube doesn't go with the 8. It's not 8 times 8 times 8. It is 8 centimeters times centimeters times centimeters. It's the label that gets cubed. Because when you talk about cubic things, it's a 3-dimensional object. I mean, you can put 1 by there if you want it. So guess what's going to happen when I use unit multipliers? 3 of those means I have to have 3 of these. Where does centimeters go, top or bottom? It has to go on the bottom. So it's centimeters, centimeters, centimeters. What am I changing it into? Millimeters, millimeters, millimeters. How many millimeters are in a centimeter? Somebody? Yep. Thank you very much. 10. My centimeters all cross off. Fortunately for you, the math on this is pretty easy. 10 times 10 times 10 times 8 is 8,000. And what's my label? Millimeters cubed. The deal is if you're changing area, you need double the unit multipliers. If you're converting volume, because it's in cubic units, you need 3 unit multipliers. Here's another one. 10 yards per second to feet per minute. This has nothing to do with volume, but this is still 10 yards per second. And I want to change it into feet per minute. 10 yards per second to feet per minute. So I write out what you're given, and you have to write the labels. 10 yards per 1 second. Now why do I need 2 unit multipliers here? Because I'm changing both the labels. I want to change yards into feet, and I want to change seconds into minutes. It doesn't matter which one you do first. You just got to do them both. So let's say, okay, you say, hey, let me do seconds first. So I put seconds up here. What am I changing seconds into?
Minutes.
Minutes. So that's going to go down here, and I know there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. So now I've changed that into that. Now it's yard. Now it's in yards per minute. Now I need to change yards into feet. So yards have to go down here to cross off. Feet have to go up there. This crosses off. That crosses off. I know there's 3 feet in 1 yard. So now my label's been changed into feet per minute. I just have to do the multiplication. 10 times 60, 600 times 3. 1,800 feet per minute. Using unit multipliers. And it really takes all the guesswork on whether you multiply or divide. How about, let me give you one. $12 per hour to cents per minute. Change $12 per hour to cents per minute. Let me give you a shot at that one. Dollars per hour to cents per minute. Dollars per hour to cents per minute. Per hour to 2 cents per minute. What would be minimum wage in cents per minute? Wait, well, how many dollars was this per hour? Well, this is close. $12 per hour is not quite a little more than minimum wage. The survey says, the survey says
72,000 cents per minute.
72,000 cents per minute seems awful high to me. That would be 72,000 cents per minute would be what, $720 per minute. And that seems like a lot more than $12 per hour. I'm thinking there's a multiplication. Riley Harrington? Wait, did you just not even want to try it, or?
No, I tried it, but I didn't.
Well, how do you know then? How do you know you didn't get it right?
Because I didn't get it.
Where did you get stuck? Tell me what you did first.
I put $12 over.
Did you label it? put $12 over
1 hour.
1 hour, alright?
Then I put this up.
So which part don't you get? Where dollars would go, where hours would go?
Where the hours would go.
Where, what would be your guess?
On the top.
That's it. What am I changing hours into?
Minutes.
How many minutes in an hour?
60.
So now I've just changed this from dollars per hour into dollars per minute. Next step then would be to, I gotta change my dollars, so where does it have to go? And what goes on top? How many cents in a dollar? Jade, you see where you need to list it? Alright, so now I have converted this into cents per minute. You just need to do the math, which ends up being 1,200 on top over 60 on the bottom. And that's cents per minute. Just cross off the zeros. 60 goes into 120. 20 times, so it's 20 cents per minute. Is that what y'all got? Riley, can I help you with anything else on that? Let's do one more. This one will be more interesting. 1 gallon per day to quarts per hour. 1 gallon per day. Change that into quarts per hour. This one might leave you a little shell-shocked. There are 4 quarts in a gallon, in case you're checking Dr. Gallon over there. And there are 24 hours in a day, in case that slipped by educational processes. You may end up with a number on the bottom here. So the question is, what do we do with that number on the bottom? Protesting? I try to sharpen it. Look on my desk, maybe there's a pencil on my pencil case. I don't have a pen or anything. What's up? Always be wary of pencils with stars on them. Made in China. We get an answer? Grace Kreitz. Nothing? Josh?
4 for 6 hours.
Okay, now, I believe you're right, but we're going to talk about that. So 1 gallon over days, 1 gallon per 1 day. Let's cross off, it doesn't matter which, let's go gallons first into quarts. There's 4 quarts in 1 gallon, correct? Did I get that right? And then now I'm going to change days. Has to go on top because it's on the bottom, into hours there. There are 24 hours in 1 day. So now my day is crossed off. I got it in quarts per hour. So I end up with this. I end up with 4 quarts over 24 hours. Well, you know, 24 and 6, or 4 and 24 cross off to give you 1 quart in 6 hours. But usually we don't say it 1 quart in 6 hours. Usually what we do is we take those first 2 digits. If you end up with the number on the bottom, you just kind of cut this apart, and this is the fraction 1/6 of a quart per day. Whatever numbers, if you get a number on the bottom and it's not a whole number left on top, you get a fraction, then you would call it 1/6 of a quart per day. That makes more sense than saying 1 quart per 6 hours, because when we say rates, miles per hour, you know, you don't go, 2 miles in 15 hours or whatever. You go a fifth of them well, offset it with a number of a mile per hour. So if you end up with a number on the bottom, usually you make a fraction out of what the two left numbers are, and then you put your label behind it. It's 1/6 of a quart, because that's what that is, 1/6 of a quart per day. Gosh, that was exciting. So exciting.